Welcome to ihnani.com. This is the fourth video of Computer Fundamentals, Part 2. Level 1. Computer Internals. In this video, I will continue with the CPU and other hardware components that are housed in a computer case. Input devices. An input device is any peripheral device of a computer, which is used to provide data and control signals to a computer. Keyboard, mouse, joystick, webcam, microphone, scanner are all examples of input devices. Input devices can be grouped as text input devices, pointing devices, gaming devices, image and video input devices, and audio input devices. Since it is beyond the scope of this tutorial to cover all available input devices, I will be covering some of the commonly used in the following sections. Keyboard. Keyboards are examples of text input devices. In this picture, you can see a typical modern-day keyboard. A keyboard is a human interface device, which is represented as a set of buttons, or keys, fixed onto a board with only option to click. Most commonly, the keys are arranged in the same way as that of a typewriter. A keyboard uses the buttons or keys to act as mechanical levers or electronic switches that enable the user to enter data on commands into a computer. Computer keyboards are similar to typewriter keyboards, but come with various additional keys depending on the manufacturer. Each button, or key, can be used either to input a linguistic character into a computer, or to call upon a particular function of the computer. The keys are used in combination to provide additional functions. Other than the physical keyboard, we also have a virtual keyboard. These keyboards are displayed on the screen. Users can use these keyboards either through a pointing device, such as a mouse, or can be directly touched upon when displayed on a touch screen. Keyboards are the most commonly used and comes with almost all computers, either as an external physical device, or a virtual keyboard on both touchscreen and non-touchscreen display devices. Most of the time, keyboards are supplemented with one or more additional input devices. For a detailed tutorial on keyboards, please check out our tutorial on the same. Mouse. A mouse or mice is an example of pointing devices. In this picture, you can see a typical modern-day mouse. A mouse on a computer is a small slidable device that controls the movement of the cursor or pointer on a display screen. Users can hold and slide around to point at and click on, and sometimes to drag objects on screen in a graphical user interface using a pointer on screen. Almost all PCs have mouse, which can either be plugged into a computer's rear mouse or USB socket, or, more recently, can also be connected wirelessly, via a USB or a Bluetooth antenna. Mouse contains at least one button, and sometimes as many as 3. Each of these buttons comes with predefined functions depending on what the type of program being run. Using special software programs, the buttons can also be configured to have different functions. Buttons can be pressed down to click on whatever the pointer on the screen was hovering over. Some of them also come with a scroll wheel, which the users can rotate using their fingers to scroll up or down. The scroll wheel can also be pressed down in some devices, making it act as an additional button. Some mouse wheels may also be tilted from side to side, to allow sideways scrolling. Different programs make use of these functions differently, and may scroll horizontally by default with the scroll wheel, open different menus with different buttons, among others. These functions can also be defined by the user through software utilities. Traditionally, mouse detected movements, and communicated with the computer, with an internal mouse ball, and used mechanical sensors, to detect the rotation of the ball, to tell the computer, wherever the mouse moved. However, these systems were subject to low durability, accuracy, and required internal cleaning. Modern mice use optical or laser technology to directly trace movement of the surface under the mouse, and are much more precise, long-lasting, and almost maintenance-free. They can be used on a wide variety of surfaces. For a detailed tutorial on mouse, please check out our tutorial on the same. Joystick. A joystick is an example of a gaming device. In this picture, you can see a typical joystick. It is a type of gaming controller that is similar in appearance to an aircraft flight controller. In fact, joysticks originated as controls for aircraft. It consists of a stick attached to a base. Joysticks are often used to control video games, and usually have one or more push buttons, whose state can also be read by the computer. Most home video game systems have had a variety of joysticks available as optional peripherals, with older systems even using them as the primary controller. They are often sought out in situations where a game requires precise inputs and a great deal of control, such as in flight simulators or games in the fighting genre. We have a detailed tutorial on joysticks. Please feel free to check out our tutorial on the gaming input devices. Webcam. Webcam is an example of video input device. In this picture, you can see a typical modern-day webcam. Webcam or webcamera is a loosely used term for any camera that can be connected to a computer to generate video. It can be connected to a computer or computer network, often via USB, Ethernet or Wi-Fi. It generates video in the required format for a computer to understand and for further processing. Their most popular use is the establishment of video chat, allowing computers to act as video conferencing station. This common use as a camera for the World Wide Web gave the webcam its name. Other popular uses include security surveillance cameras and computer vision. Webcams are known for their low manufacturing cost and flexibility, making them the lowest cost form of video telephony. Webcam technology is widely used for all sorts of different reasons, and has also become a source of security and privacy issue. Check out our tutorial on webcam if you are interested in getting into specifics. Scanner. Scanner, or computer scanner, is a device that optically scans images, text, or an object, and converts it to a digital image. In this picture, you can see a typical flatbed scanner. There are a wide variety of scanners available today, some custom-built for specific purpose. In offices, the most commonly used are flatbed scanners. We can find a lot of variations of flatbed scanners. Flatbed scanners consists of a flat surface, on which the documents are laid to be scanned. Mechanically driven scanners, that move the document automatically, are typically used for large format documents, or for scanning a large number of documents, where a flatbed design would be impractical. Other types include handheld scanners, where the device is moved by hand, photo scanners, etc. There are special models for scanning photo negatives, or to scan books. In the computer, the signal from the scanner is transferred to a digital image. This image can then be edited, printed, etc. Check out our tutorial on scanners, if you are interested in getting into specifics. Microphone. Microphone is an example of audio input devices. A microphone, also referred to as a mic, or mic, is a device for converting sound into an electrical signal. In this picture, you can see a typical microphone. Microphones are used in many applications, such as telephones, audio broadcasting, recordings, sound amplifying systems, hearing aids, motion picture production, computers as audio input, etc. It was first used as a telephone transmitter. For a detailed tutorial on microphones, please check out our tutorial on the same. This brings us to the end of video on input devices. Since it is out of the scope of this tutorial, and practically not possible to cover all the different input devices, we try to cover some of the commonly used input devices from each type. In the next video of Computer Fundamentals, Part 2, Level 1, I will continue with the output devices. You can find a lot of free video tutorials, training materials, how-to videos and much more at our site www.ignani.com. Check out the forum topic related to this tutorial on the site for all your questions.